So I'm looking at Chase here, and there's a guy inside. You can't see him right there vacuuming. And they don't care. He can come in with 3 or 4 Roombas, and once he programs the Roombas, the general space you would use the Roombas for, the detail where you have to move the chair, and you do have to move chairs and move things around, he would do that vacuuming, and the Roombas would do the general space, and he would be in and out of there very quickly. So he could do multiple chases, and that's what I don't understand. Like the guys cleaning our building, you got to do the stairs. The Roombas can't do the stairs right now. Truly. So, but they can vacuum the corridor. It's a big, long, straight corridor, and all they would have to do is do the door spaces. So the Roomba would go down the straight hallway back and forth, vacuuming that, nothing but the straight areas, and then they would come in with the handheld and go by the door spaces. And so they have to do 1, 2, 3, maybe 8 doorways, say, down the hallway. There's a door that needs to be open, and the Roomba would stop before the door. You have to open the door and do that space, and then you close it and put the Roombas on the other side, and they would do the straight corridor, and you would be doing the stairs and everything else. And so you can focus on and get it really done really quick. So I don't know why cleaning crews aren't incorporating Roombas to make things more efficient, so they can do more chase branches with fewer people and make more money per hour. And Chase doesn't care. The place has to be cleaned, and how you clean it, as long as it's done correctly, that's all they care about. And so if you can do, one cleaning crew can do 10 branches in a night, you might be making 10 times more pay. Say one cleaning crew with that can do 5 more branches in a night. I don't know how many hours they spend per branch. Say they spend 2 hours per branch cleaning, and it's an 8-hour night. That's 4 branches. Now, the Roomba cuts it down by 50% the time. Now, there's a sunk cost initially, but you got long-term contracts, and so now you're doing 8 branches a night. You just boosted your pay by 50%. You just got a 50% pay increase. Wouldn't you want 50% more money? So, again, you can do more when you do things correctly. So, all these people cry that you can't make any money. We're in a world labor shortage, and a lot of people don't want to go into the janitorial space. So figuring out for the people there how you can make it a high income space and demand less labor, so the people that do go into the space make really good money. And so you can turn a low income job into a very high income job, and you can make up for the labor shortage. But you have to have a brain. So all these people cry poor mouth, and it's untrue. Like the Polish ladies who used to clean my thing, I got along with, and the foreman, the guy, now, he might have been a mulatto, or he wasn't a dark, he was a light skin, but he seemed maybe a mulatto, but it didn't matter. I'm just trying to say whether he was Latino or something, but he's running a crew of Polish women. And they were doing office cleaning. But if they could have cleaned our building, the building next to us, and did multiple buildings, they only did 1 building in a night. But if they were able, and they were employed by the building, so everybody in the building used them. No, the building employed it as part of the rent and everything. Anything additional, you would have additional charges. You could use them. Like we had a glass desk that had this, it had a glass cover on this big wooden desk, and it was very nice, but it had to be picked up and cleaned underneath and everything. And so that was added. So the whole thing is, they had these added, but the contract was through the building, so they had every office in the building. But they were only doing one office building a night. If they could have done two, they could have increased their pay by 50%, literally. Because I would have gave them 50% more. I'll double you pay. If you can do two buildings and you're doing the same volume in those two buildings, say similar sized buildings, and if the building is more, obviously I'm to charge more, I'm to pay you more than double. But if you can do two buildings in the night, I'll increase your pay by 50%. So if you're making $15 an hour, I'll pay you $30 an hour. I don't care. And if you can do three buildings in the night, truly, I'll give you another, truly, 50%. So whatever half of the first pay, I'm doubling it. Say I doubled it. I would have given you $22.50. And at 15, I would have cut that in half, $7.50, 50% bump. And then the next one, so if you did three buildings, you're making $30 an hour. And if you could get it down and make four buildings, I'd give you another 50%. And now you're making $37, almost $38 an hour, say. $38 an hour, but you're using the same amount of energy. Same amount of energy. But you're just doing it more efficiently. And now you're making almost $40 an hour. So it does make sense, because to me, my margins have increased across the board. The same crew is doing 2 and 3 buildings, or the same crew is it was doing 1, now it's doing 2, now it's doing 3, now it's doing 4. My profit margin went way up. It's still the same 8-hour shift, but now they're doing 4 buildings. I just increased my profit margin by 200%. Say. So, yeah, I would cut you in. You're earning me a fortune. Same 8 hours, now I'm making 200% more money. You're gold. So, I don't get it. It's like cops, they want a raise. Or security wants a raise. Show me how you can do more with less. Truly, how you can do more. Show me in the same 8-hour shift, how can I benefit more? And if you show me, I'll give you a percentage of that. So, I don't get it. We're in a global labor shortage. We have to do more with less. And so incorporating the Roombas and having them do the general space while you do the detailed space where you have to, move stuff, like the doormats have to be picked up, because people put doormats, you got to pick up, you vacuum the top of the doormat, then you pick up the doormat, and you vacuum under the doormat, then you put it down. But the Roomba is doing the whole hallway. You don't have to do that. That sucks up a lot of time. The doorways you could do really fast, and you're done with the hallway. On to the next. Truly, by the time you're done with the doors, the Roomba is done doing the hallway. And you're on to the next hallway. So you can do this Lake Point Tower. Truly, all the hallways in Lake Point Tower every day. And from top to bottom, it's vacuumed. And then you get the detail work and so on. Now, how many Lake Point Towers can you do for me in a single night? If I increase your crew and we can do multiple buildings, now I'm to pay a little bit more, but also I'm going to get more buildings. So I'm not just relying on one building. It makes my business less risky. Because if I lose one client, I have many more clients. So it makes sense to hire some more people, get some more buildings, and diversify. That's diversifying. You're not going into any line of other business, but you're getting more clients. It's the same in financial planning. The way you diversify is get more clients. And the more clients you have, the more diversified you are. You got to match assets and everything, but still, you're less risky. So if you lose a client here, lose a client there, no big deal. Truly. So if somebody moves millions on you, it's no big deal because you have many more. So you take a small hit instead of a big hit. So you diversify by getting more clients. That's simple diversification, just like a radio show. How do you diversify? Get a bigger audience.